Alright, what's going on everybody? Afflicted Gamer here, back with more H1Z1 content from the PS4. And today I wanted to talk to you guys about settings. If you're anything like myself, when you picked up H1Z1 and you decided to jump into a match, if you didn't change your settings, things might have felt a little bit off. Or maybe you did change the settings and it still felt a little bit off. So hopefully what I talk about today will help you guys with your gameplay and help you get those wins. And if you do enjoy the video, drop a like on it. It's much appreciated. If you're new to the channel, consider subscribing for more H1Z1 content. So first things first, go into your settings. We'll talk about most of these here. First up is your brightness. Depending on what kind of a monitor or TV you are playing on will determine how bright you need to have your settings. Myself, I'm playing on a bigger television, so I've got my brightness turned down to 20. Some of you that may be playing on a PC monitor, gaming monitor, or a TV with gaming settings in it, you may want to adjust it a little bit or even leave it the same, but make it sure that you have it at a level where your eyes are comfortable and you can see all of the players and all of the gear very comfortably. Next thing, sprint toggle. Might not seem like a big deal, but people actually like to take the toggle off so that they don't have to worry about holding down the button when they're running. That choice is totally up to you. I just leave mine on because I like to be able to control my character as much as possible. Your reticle tints, red, green, and blue, if you want to change those, go ahead. Those are the things that I just left on default. Now, the most important things by far, in my opinion, controller sensitivity. I found that getting into H1Z1 I felt very slow. For those of you out there that play games like Call of Duty, you're used to a very fast pace of a shooter. And even though H1Z1 is a pretty fast paced game, the movement of your character at default is slow. So I've got mine turned up to 60. As for my scoped controller sensitivity when I'm going to ADS, I've got mine turned up to 90. Doesn't matter whether I'm using the iron sights on the Hellfire or a scout rifle, or even from a distance using a sniper. I want to be able to move around and scope in as quickly as possible on my target, so I've got mine bumped up to 90%. My aimed controller sensitivity, again, I bumped that up to 60. It felt like I was not ADSing quick enough, so I bumped mine up to that. The vehicle camera sensitivity, boy oh boy, okay, this is a tricky one for me because I find that the vehicles move very quickly in H1Z1, so I actually turned mine down. This might not bother a lot of you out there, but if it does, go ahead and try turning it down a little bit because the vehicles move extremely fast and we only have a few vehicles to choose from, so yeah, you know, especially on that little Doom buggy, my goodness, that thing flies. So mess around with that until you are totally comfortable. As for the rest of these things here, your compass, your team members, I would leave that stuff on. Controller vibration, however, is a different story. Some people do not like the vibration, so you might want to try it off. Most games that I play, I leave mine on, and it's actually a nice little indicator of, you know, I'm pretty sure you could see when you're being shot at, but what if somebody has a sniper rifle and they just barely nick you and you're not 100% sure that you got hit? With vibration on, then, well, I mean, you're going to feel that little vibration in your hands with the controller, so I leave mine on. But if you don't like it, long story short, just go ahead and turn it off, or even mess around with it in the combat training with it on and with it off. The volumes, I leave mine, all of them turned up. The music, obviously, you can turn that down, that doesn't make a difference, but the rest of them I leave up. I want to be able to hear people open and close doors, the vehicles, and even the walking around, especially around rocks or trees. I want to hear where my opponent is as easily as possible. Ducking, I didn't really find that made a difference, so I left mine at 30%. Mute voice chat. I turn that on so that my voice is muted in game, because if I'm not in a party chat with friends or anything like that, I don't want any of the enemies to hear my voice. Plain and simple. And then my voice chat, I left that at 60. So that's what I did to change up my settings, and I honestly feel a lot more comfortable in the game now that I've done that. So once you've gone ahead and you've adjusted your settings to where you think you want them, I would go into combat training and try it out, because in combat training it doesn't matter if you die, respawn, die, respawn, and you can obviously switch your controls on the fly and change them in game. So adjust them, play around in a few matches until you do really feel comfortable, drive the vehicles, try as many different weapons as you can, and once you're ready, then go ahead and jump into a regular match of H1Z1. So trust me, this will make all the world of a difference for a lot of you out there. And like I said, you could try out the settings that I have mine on. They might feel comfortable to you, or if not, go ahead and turn them a little bit further up or further down until it feels just right, because we only have one form of zooming in for when we're shooting, and again, like I said, the vehicles feel very fast, so the game feels a lot different than other shooters, even other battle royales like Fortnite and PlayerUnknown's on console. I'm actually just referring to console, not PC, because I'm sure mouse and keyboard is 10 times different. So yeah, mess around with those settings until you guys are comfortable. Jump into a match and then let me know what you think down in the comments below. Hopefully if the video was helpful, drop a like if so, and I will see you guys very soon in the next video.